What is up, Facebook Live? So I had a conversation with one of my partners, one of my agents, who we're both having a little bit of a slow time right now. So we got together this afternoon and we asked each other, we said, hey, when we had that breakthrough year, what is it that we were doing so well that we were able to, just the two of us, take over 20 listings a month, month after month after month? And we're talking about it, and it hit both of us that we were militant about our prospecting. We would not let anybody into our office or interrupt us during our prospecting time between the hours of 8 and 12, even our assistants. Our assistants were allowed to talk to us between the 50th minute of each hour and the first minute of each hour. So from 8:50 to 9 o'clock, they were able to ask us questions when we would take a 10-minute break from prospecting. So at 9:01, we were back on the phone, and there was pretty much just silence. I mean, we'd laugh at each other's phone calls, but there was very little chitter chatter. We would get into the office about 15 till 8, take a look at anything we needed to take a look at 8 o'clock, headsets on, shut the fuck up, start prospecting. People in our office respected the idea that we were prospecting, but there's always some knuckleheads who actually don't give a shit whether or not you're able to feed your family. They are just interested in wasting your time and coming in and talking about whatever they did over the weekend and Monday Night Football. And look, I want to talk about that shit too, except not during prospecting time. After 12 o'clock, we can talk about it, because I'll tell you what, those people who will come into your office and waste your time, you got to get them the fuck out. You got to kick them out, because at the end of the month, you can't take that Monday Night Football conversation to the bank and cash it in. Say, oh, well, guess what? I didn't get any sales this month because I didn't do my prospecting, but I had some great conversations with this agent. That shit ain't going to happen. We would kick people out of our office if they tried to sneak in the door. We'd ask them nicely, hey, it's prospecting time, guys. We'll talk to you later. And sometimes people are just hard-headed, where they get embarrassed and they think, oh, they're just joking, Dan's full of shit, and they'd keep talking to our assistants. At that time, I would physically get up, push them out the door, close and lock the door. We were militant about our prospecting time. That meant no cell phones, no emails, no responding to any outside stimulus. It was 100% outbound conversations with possible buyers and sellers. After 12 o'clock, after that happened, we would deal with all the fires that were created, but nothing had to be done until afternoon. And so after afternoon is when we could have those conversations with the assistant to see what we needed to get done. But there was nothing that would break that prospecting time, and our numbers that year absolutely went through the roof. So this conversation today just reminded us of how hardcore we used to be with our prospecting, and not allowing anybody to get in the way of us making our phone calls and making sure that we'd have business coming in. And so the other thing that we did was that if we didn't have an appointment, and we still do this to this day, but I realize we're not as hard as we used to be. We used to be hard, and we've gotten a little soft. But if we did not have an appointment after 12 o'clock, we'd be in the office until the whole rest of the day, until 7, 8 o'clock at night, either trying to get an appointment, setting an appointment, doing follow-up, but it was 100% prospecting until we got an appointment or got that listing for the day. And so our goal was that for every working day, 5 days a week, so that'd be usually 20 working days a month, we were going to get a listing no matter what. Somebody was going to confirm they were going to sign, or we'd get a signed contract or a signed buyer's broker's agreement, which we called a signed buyer's agreement, a signed buyer's broker listing, that a buyer was going to go ahead and sign and guarantee that if they did buy a home, that they were going to buy it with us. And so the numbers that we saw is that for every 20 or so signed buyer's broker's agreements, or even listings that we had signed with us, probably 5 of them were going to not do anything or wouldn't even make it to the market. So we could count on about 15 of those listings actively going live for the month probably 10 because 5 of them would get delayed. So we knew about how many closings we could depend on, but it would build each month, and any carryover would just add to the next month's numbers. So those are our thoughts for the day. Keep your prospecting your number one activity, and don't let anyone fuck off your time, because guess what? It's not actually so much the outside world that's going to try to fuck off your time as much as you're going to try to fuck off your time in your own mind. You're going to find all kinds of reasons, and you're going to let yourself get distracted on why you shouldn't do your prospecting, or some appraiser has a problem that you need to get to right now, or some inspection went bad, you have to call the buyers or the sellers or whatever, and that shit's going to take you off track. And the next thing you know, your prospecting time is going to go down, 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 and so is your listing count, and you're going to let every other distraction get in the way. So don't let yourself fuck off your own time is probably the biggest distraction that you're going to have. And then make sure you kick everyone else out of your office. After 12 o'clock, go have those conversations about football, what you did over the weekend, how your kids are doing. We all have time for that. We all want that. It's fun to talk to people, but not during prospecting time. That's 8 to 12 for us, and that's Monday through Friday, every single day. Do not let anyone get in the way of that.